Hello, welcome everyone for our episode of Harmony at Home, where we share experiences, smart tips, and healthy routines that would make your life easier, healthier, and more harmonious when working from home. Magandang umaga to all of our viewers who have joined us here on Facebook and as well as on Kumu. My name is Yona Lucica Signo, and I am the founder of Empower Virtual Services and Kaya Services. Now, you may be wondering what we mean by harmony at home. So, harmony at home is living peacefully with the people and things around us. And this is when we experience that rest and inner peace despite the circumstances that come our way. Now, here in Harmony at Home, our goal is to give you tips and ideas and share learning experiences so we can attain harmony within ourselves, the people around us, and our home, so that we can create a space that is conducive to working from home, which many of us are doing right now. Now, our guest for this segment is an alignment coach for life, self, and space. She's also an organizing consultant who helps people in giving meaning to their lives through clutter in their homes. And along with her career, she's established Clean Greenius, love the name, an alignment of home coaching programs. And she has been helping individuals and families with or without kids to achieve their dream lifestyle. She's also a wife and a mother of two beautiful children, and I'm so excited to learn more about how she helps people bringing harmony to the homes of her family, friends, and clients. I'd like you all to give a warm welcome to our special guest, Ally Canita. Hi, Ally.
Hi, Yona. Hi, everyone who's watching.
Hello, Ally. So good. Thank you so much for saying yes to being a part of our show. I'm really, super excited that you're here with me. So thank you. How are you? How are you doing?
Well, we're all good. Still staying at home, but we managed to go out for a few days or so. So yeah, we're all good so far.
Okay, that's
How
good.
are you?
I'm good. So, like everybody, also staying at home. And I think that's one of the things that, and I think this is one of the reasons why it's so important for us to talk today, because a lot of us are staying at home. And, it's really that balance. I know I'm guilty of it sometimes, where sometimes we keep working, or there might be clutter around us, yet we continue to keep going. And I know, and I'll talk to you more about it later, I'm sure, is, the clutter can, also declutter our minds. No, it's not just about physical clutter, right? So yeah, I'm so excited. But before we get started, one of the things that we love to do here at EVS is to play games. Okay. And so I wanted to play a quick game, and I wanted to play a game, and it's called Guess This Filipino House Design, or Guess This Filipino House Design. Okay. I know, don't be nervous, it'll be fine. Okay, so I'm basically gonna name a few attributes of this particular house. You'll have to guess what that Filipino house design is, okay? You game?
Okay. Yes, I'm game.
Okay. All right. Awesome. All right. So this Filipino house design is made with wood like bamboo. It has mangrove palm or anahaw thatching materials for the roof. It is usually in square houses, usually built through stilts of water or soil. Most of these houses are high enough to improve ventilation due to their silong, requiring Filipino people to use wood ladders. So it's fresco to live here. Can you guess the type
Is it a bahay kubo?
Yes. I told you would guess that.
I was thinking Filipino house design. The only thing I know is bahay kubo.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, God.
Yay!
Well, yay! You got it. Awesome. Okay, so for anybody who's watching and is not aware, a fun fact or a quick history of Bahay Kubo. So Bahay Kubo, or also known as the Nipa Hut, is part of the Filipino traditional houses and buildings during the pre-colonial era. It is a 3-layered structure, including the bubong or roof, silid or living space, and silong. This design protects the family homes from floods, pests like rats, while living in farms farms, its walls, windows, and overall structure are made with a combination of wood and nipa materials. So there you go. We love to have fun, but at the same time, it's also about empowering people with new learnings and fun ways of doing it. So thank you for playing that with us. All right. So, I know like you obviously have a family of your own, you're a wife and a mum to your cute children. Now, you're an amazing person who's able to share really your gift of alignment and organization. But for our viewers to learn more about you, can you share with us, what you do as an alignment consultant and what made you decide to pursue this particular business?
Yeah. I used to work in the corporate for like 10 years. And then I realized that every day in and out, I was just working and working, and then having not so much time for what's really important. And then I realized I wasn't even having the time for the things that are truly important to me. And so I'm really a mental person. And what really helped me was go through my stuff one item at a time. And my story was I was a very avid shopper. Well, until now, but not a lot anymore. And I had tons and tons of clothes. All because it's coming from a belief that I will only look good if I wear something nice. And then I realized like apparently all of the things around me are coming from a particular belief. And then those beliefs are actually something that we prioritize or something that we believe to be true. And it kind of says something about us because whatever is reflecting outside of us, we are judged the way we are. And we also judge our self-image also comes from that. And so I realized that, there are certain beliefs that are not really working for me. And then I got to realize it when I looked into my surroundings. And then when I let go, I kind of also being able to let go of things that are not working for me. And so when I let go one item at a time, things that are not helping me out, things are not reflecting who I really am, who I aspire to be, then I realize, it's like peeling away the layers and then really finding out who I really am. So it's kind of deep, but it's something that I do. Being a mental person, sometimes I really have to hold it with my hands to physicalize things. And that's how I saw the wonder of doing things like in action from your mind, from your heart, and into your hands or into any of your body, your movement, even in your schedules, even in your time. That's how you are able to achieve alignment. What is it really true for you? And you're able to express it outside. So like this is very timely for us, like harmony at home. It's something that we also aspire. Like I talked to my husband that it's something that I also want for us, but it doesn't mean that everything's going to be perfect in a snap. Exactly. And so it also takes time, like what are the beliefs that I have that are not helping me create a harmonious family or a harmonious home. And so being able to align from mind, heart, and even to our actions, like it's not something that just come up with by myself. It's more of like a synthesis of the things that I read. I read this book from Simon Sinek, Start With Why, and then I realized, it really does make sense. Like you really have to go within so that you can express it outside.
Yes.
100%. So I hope I was able to explain what alignment is really about. It's kind of spiritual, yes, but it's really very being conscious and aware of your thoughts and your feelings and being able to express with integrity, with alignment, what you really, really want. But a lot of us, like me, when I was working in the corporate, because I was always like distracted with work, to-dos, and things like that, I was not able to get in touch with what I really want. And so that really led me to finding out what is it that I want. Because back then, if I leave corporate, how do I define myself? And it was like a really scary question. And then with courage, I was able to be able to like find ways on how to really get it out. What is it really that I want? And the way I found it was being able to create tiny improvements in my home. because
Mhm.
like if you've seen my home before, from a large 1,500 square foot home to to a how, I don't know how big this is now, but it's so much smaller than where I was before because I was living
Wow.
abroad
Yeah.
before. So I really had to let go things, and it was a perfect time
Yeah.
for me also to to really let go. And my mother-in-law would know because she saw everything from that house to this house now.
Wow. I mean, when you like, there were so many insightful things of what you just said just now. And,
Mhm.
thank you for sharing that with us. And I think, many of the times people uh, don't see the connection in those things, and they don't see that that there's patterns in what we do. And, when you say the behaviors, so just those certain things that we, like you said, we hold on to certain items, or we collect certain items, and there's a reason behind that. And I love that alignment. And this is, for or everybody who's watching at the moment, that alignment of that mind, body, and spirit. It's really making sure that when you feel comfortable, because a lot of the times we tend to have that discomfort. There's like that
Mhm.
discomfort feeling in the chest, but that's probably, I mean, is that right, Ali? Where when you feel that discomfort, there's probably a misalignment somewhere. Would that be the case?
It's actually like a signal that, like, if we're feeling
Mm,
pain, if we're feeling not so good in the space, there must be something out there that is misaligned, or something within you that is also misaligned. Because, like, well, I don't really want to go too deep into to
yeah, of
mindset,
course.
but
Yeah,
but
yeah,
it's a signal. Basically, it's a signal. You're able to
yeah.
feel. That's the reason why we have feelings. That's why we have touch, because it signals us that there's something painful, that there's something uncomfortable. But it's also something that,
Mm,
hey, I really have to look into this because I have been feeling like this, blah blah blah. And then you will be able to know, okay, if this is how I feel, then what do I do then? Do I still continue with it and endure the pain, or do something
yeah.
about it, basically. So
Yes.
if you feel like, even in schedules, there are things that we don't really like doing. Why? And but most of the time, all of us deny that we don't like it because we want to please other people or whatever. But
True.
there's always something, and it's a good sign. And it's always good to acknowledge all these feelings, to acknowledge all these discomforts. And then you will get to a point where you decide whether do you want to let go of it, or do you want to still maintain, or do you want it to remain.
Wow, that's amazing. I love that. And I think, showing that I mean, it's really within our control, right? I mean, I know there are
Yes.
things that we can't control, so we
Mhm.
have to let go of those things. But the ones that
Mhm.
we can control is definitely something that we should look at, reflect on to see, does it still serve its purpose? And I
Yes.
love that you do it in such a holistic manner, because yes, 100%. Like, you really have to start from within
Mhm.
for it to really correctly reflect on the outside. And I just love that message, because, sometimes we just think, oh, yeah, it's just what's around us, what's physically around us.
Mhm.
And once we fix that, that should be okay,
Yeah.
but there's actually little details. And I love that there are individuals like yourself, who are able to help people through that, because I guess it's something that's a little bit brand new, or not brand new in the sense of, this whole thought about, the alignment and making sure that our space. But I suppose having empowered individuals like yourself be available to families, to individuals, I think, it's relatively new. And that's why I really wanted to share you with everybody, because you know we need the support, especially now.
Mhm.
um, and so for you, like, what do you find are like somewhat like maybe triggers? Like, if people start to feel certain things, I know that there's that physical aspect of, like, does does lack of sleep or, things like that, does that happen for people as well?
Yeah. So like lack of sleep in particular could be related to so many things. Perhaps it could be something related in our mind space because it's filled with worry and we cannot fall asleep, or it's relating it to the physical environment. Your space is basically not helping you or not supporting you to fall asleep. If
Yeah.
the TV is inside the bedroom, then how can you fall asleep with a lot of stimulus in your eyes? Or even just
Yeah.
the type of light that you have. It has to be
True.
warm. It has to be, or even your bed. If the bed is like it's not really comfortable, or if there's a lot of clutter around the room. And what's real right now is like a lot of us are either working inside the bedrooms if we don't have our own office, or in the dining area or whatever. But there are a few of us who are working inside the bedroom. And how can you like set in the mood? You always do that, right? Like if there's a party, you have to put in the decorations. But when you also sleep, you also have to put in the decorations, or like so that your body knows that it's already sleeping time. So your space has to help you with that activity, if I can call it an activity, but with basically sleep. So what makes you fall asleep? Is it blending some aromatherapy or having that Himalayan salt lamp, or it really depends on you what fits you, and you will be able to get the signals in your body. But some of us were really like immune because maybe in the previous environment or how we were nurtured, it really depends on how we were living from before. But sometimes this immunity, or we just become accustomed to how things are, but we can actually become more aware and conscious, like, this one is not really helping me out. So you can take one item at a time and create some tiny improvements. Perhaps you can start with changing the light bulb, or maybe the aircon is too cold. You can set it at perhaps only 25. So you just get the tiny details around you. It doesn't have to be big, like you have to get somebody to redecorate your room or whatnot. But what really helped us is being able to close the loop. Closing the loop means, okay, today I just woke up, so now it's time for me to prepare myself before I go to work. And work means, okay, I'm going to open my laptop and put the things that are supporting me with my work. Perhaps it's a laptop, a calculator, a pen, a notebook, and set up your work area there. But you have to close the loop, like close down the laptop, put the calculator where it belongs, just being able to put things where they belong, so that now you're able to set in the mood for you to be able to rest and recuperate and sleep. So perhaps it's one tiny thing that you can do, like being able to close the loop, so that your body is also knows how it can support you.
No, I mean, that's really great. That's such a great tip. And I know today we were talking about, 3 ways to boost your harmony at home. But that particular, closing of the loop, especially when it comes to our work from home space, that just like, that emoji where the mind is blown. So that's me right now. Like, the mind is blown. You're right, because when you physically, because, like many people, you don't have an actual office, like a room specifically for your office. So yes, some of us, we have to work on the dining table or wherever it is that you can find space. And so doing that each morning, actually preparing it, like taking it out from wherever it belongs and then preparing it, and then whether you have your coffee or whatever it is, but it actually signals your body that, oh, it's work time. And so I suppose it gives your mind that zone of, okay, now we're going to be doing some work, and then closing it. It's like, okay, I'm done. Yeah. And then it's kind of like that body just like relaxes, right? Oh, I love that. That is so cool. What other tips can you give, around that? Because especially now, like everybody, it seems like everybody's like kind of on top of each other, so to speak, at home.
Yeah. So I like how you also defined harmony. Harmony is just being able to feel at peace at home. I liken harmony also to understanding and accepting that there are different tones at home or different personalities. And what we do with harmony is that we're trying to create a beautiful chord together. So it's not about you have to imitate me so that we become harmonious. Like the way I see things would happen, and you have to ride that. You have to get in that train to make it
Yeah.
harmonious. No, it's really more of accepting, like me, because I am a mom of two. My 4-year-old is becoming a little bit more clingy, and at the same time also wants to go out. He has a lot of
Yeah.
stuff that he needs, but like me, my needs are I need time for my work and I also need time for myself. But how
Yeah.
do we make things happen in such a way that everything's just we are able to create that state of balance or peace? But the first thing that we need to do is accept that there are differences at home,
Yeah.
and that there are different needs. So how do we do it together? Because like harmony is just being melding, like molding together, right? But you're unable to do that if you also do not really take care of your own needs or yourself. So especially for moms or dads,
Yeah.
it's difficult to make things happen if we ourselves do not have that much battery anymore
Yeah.
to make things happen for
Yeah.
everybody. So my first step is really to be able to take care of yourself and look into the cues. Be conscious of the cues, become aware of the cues, because those cues are the ones that will help you create that harmony. So it's going to be
Yeah.
difficult for me, it's going to be difficult for my husband or my kids, but it's important that I take care of myself first so that I can take care of them and be able to encourage that harmony. So if you're the head of the family, you're like the conductor of, how do we
Yeah.
mold together? How do we
Yes.
blend together?
Yes. I love that. I love that. The similarities you showed with regards to a conductor, and that it's a symphony, right? And that is harmony. It's about the way in which we're able to blend with one another. And I think it's so important that we do focus on ourselves, because it really greatly impacts the relationships we have with the people around us. And when we're at home most of the time, this is, of course, going to be a great impact to our families. And like you said, and I know, I'm also guilty of this, but when you're low on battery, it gets hard and it gets challenging with regards to, your patience, your
Exactly. That one.
understanding of the kids, right? And it's just like, and we recognize that we're all human, right? None of us are robots, so it's not like we can say it's you just put that feeling aside. And so this is the reason why you've said that really we have to find that peace within ourselves, so that we know the cues, we know how we're able to really just be together in a peaceful way at home. I think that's a really, really great point that we tend to forget. And thank you for that, wonderful reminder. What else could we do for
Yeah.
to create harmony at home?
So, well, I just want to add to my first point. It's really more of
Yeah.
like making the tiny improvements, because I believe in creating the tiny improvements. Like if you don't have the habit of self-care yet, perhaps being able to drink enough water if you realize that you, because some of us, like me, especially me, I don't really operate well when I'm dehydrated. So those are the things that you can also signal, that you can take as a signal that could help yourself so that you can perform better. Yeah. So yeah, my second point would be set the mood for harmony within your home.
Yeah.
So it's really what does harmony look like? So when you said it's peace, it connects me immediately to having a tidy home. So of
Yeah.
course, my first, I will really encourage you to start taking away trash, trash first. If because these tiny movements, movements or actions, even if you just do it for like 2 minutes, I'm a fan of atomic habits, and that's a
Oh,
fan
yes.
of tiny aggregated improvements. So we don't have to make anything drastic. We just have to begin the habit. Sometimes we don't see the outcome just yet, but if we're able to do it like diligently, okay, 2 minutes to take away trash or 15 minutes or whatever, then it gives us the habit that, I like to have this tidy home, and when I do this, this happens. So and if you really want, then you can already begin decluttering. But my advice to you, when you begin decluttering, what is it really that you want to feel at home? Your home is meant for you to feel peaceful. Your home is meant to bring in joy or peace or whatever. So look into the items. What are the items that do not bring joy, that do not bring peace, that do not help with harmony? So usually the things that are like stuck, or the things that those clutters, are the things that we have ignored for like a long time. Or perhaps, I don't want to say it's addiction, but it's a behavior that that compensates to something that we are missing. So like buying all these things again, or even just having a full pantry but having a lot of items being expired. What does it say? Because a lot of us will have this full pantries but are unable to really eat what we buy. So look into those kinds of behaviors. You can basically look around you and look into things that have been stuck for a long time. And those are the
Yeah.
things that will really help you. And then it's already taking away things that are not helping your family, so that you can feel harmony. Yeah.
Oh, that's
Okay, there.
good. Yeah, no, I love that. So we have to just look at our space, and define what is harmony to us, what is harmony to
Mm-hmm.
me, and then find that word. So
Mm-hmm.
just using your example, when I said peace, so what will make this space be filled with peace so that it brings harmony? Is that right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
So I
Okay.
can
Cool.
make an
'Cause
example like, yeah, go.
yeah.
So an
No, go for it.
example
Go
would
for it.
be okay, an example would be the closet. Are you at peace with your closet? Yes or no? If not, what is it in your closet that doesn't make you feel at peace? Perhaps it's all jumbled together. It's not really in order, or perhaps there are sizes that are too big for you, or that are too small for you, and you're not at peace because you know that it's just stuck there and it could be used by somebody else. Or perhaps it's a pressure on yourself, like, I really have to fit into that pair of pants again. But is it are you treating yourself nicely by doing that? Because
Mm,
like, being healthy is one thing, but like me, I have gotten to accept that my size isn't small anymore, because
yeah.
I have 2 kids already, and perhaps, I don't want to stress myself into fitting into things that couldn't fit me anymore. Perhaps it's still extra small or whatever. But
Yeah.
there are things that you can accept. There are things that you can let go. So those are the things that perhaps you can think about. You can start small, even in your drawer. Is
Yeah.
your drawer looking so disorganized, and is it all jumbled up, and does it make you feel at peace? Then perhaps start
Yeah.
there.
No, I 100% agree. And like, I don't want to show you my desk at the moment because I'm trying to go through that process because, and that's why I agree with you with regards to that clutter and how it also can make you feel, it can sometimes reflect how you're feeling at the moment as well. So I'm actually going through that process at the moment. Like, I've got piles of things where okay, this needs to be shredded, this needs to be recycled, and then this one, yeah, this needs to just be trashed. And I think because when we also look at, our desk or our work that way, it also can bring like organization in our minds, and again, being that peace, because you don't feel so stressed when you're looking at your desk. Like
Mm-hmm.
we not, a lot of us, we don't have that much space around us. So we have this desk that we need to really, protect, to make sure that it's going to be conducive to our working environment. And this is the reason why I got plants around me, because that for me, it makes me feel good. It makes me feel like I feel like I'm living in a plant store at home, because I just brought plants everywhere. But it brings that joy, and it makes the home feel like, it brings that harmony into our home. And I just love that, we have to describe it first, and then bring things in slowly, little by little, to create that harmony in real life. I love that. I love that, Ali. What was your other way to boost our harmony at home?
Well, it's related to what I mentioned also about loops.
Yeah.
Like how loops are, you when you have a routine, it's like it gives you that sense of comfort. Perhaps for
Yeah.
some they say it's control, but for me it's
Mm-hmm.
really comfort that things are happening and I don't really have to think about it. There are things that I don't have to think about so much. And yeah, so wait, I just got confused because I saw my picture. But yeah, so so yeah, think about routines and loops and systems, like being able to begin something and end something,
Mm-hmm.
being able to put in what is really what are the things that are important to be done. Perhaps it's self-care, perhaps it's time with the kids. So you already put it, like time block it in a calendar where you're able to do just that, and everything else will follow, because your mind will not be like in somewhere else. Like let's say right now we're in this call together, but I've already done my routine with my family. They've already taken a bath, we've already exercised or whatever it is, and now my time is really focusing on this one, because I have already created time. I've already
Mm-hmm.
yeah, put my attention, my energy for the things that are important to me. And now because this is also important to me, my 100% is also here. So
Yeah.
it's also being able to create that harmony within you. Like there's not, well, I still struggle with mom guilt from time to time,
Me
but
too.
when yeah, right. So when you have that harmony within you, it's easier to be able to how to spread it within the home. So
Yeah.
routine is really important for me as a person. Loops and systems, because like tying it up with my second point of creating a tidy home, when we are able to close the loop, let's say I drank this glass of water, and then I will not leave it where it doesn't belong. So I have to put it back into the kitchen for washing. Or like
Mm-hmm.
let's say for toys, so there's a system for toys, like let's say for toy organization, because some of us will have to spend some time cleaning up. And when I did the survey, it's always about, the toys of the kids is always very messy, etc.,
Everywhere.
etc. How it's all everywhere. So, but there are also systems that you can create. Like let's say for puzzles, they have to be put in a package where to complete the puzzle, so that your child will be able to get it, take it away from the wrapper or your package or your ziploc or whatever, and then really be able to focus on playing the puzzle, and then put it back, and then put it back also on the drawer where it belongs. So yeah, it's really important to create those systems so that you don't have to go after closing everything afterwards. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
this person didn't close his loop in terms of let's say um fixing his work table. He didn't finish
Mhm.
his loop of fixing it. Then I have to do it for him so that we're able
Yeah.
to fall asleep. You know what I mean? So if
Yeah.
the things we don't want to spend time closing on loops if we're able to already close it when the close the loop as soon as we finish. Instead of
Mhm.
like, okay, 1 hour to just put things where they belong or
Yeah.
whatnot. Right. So being able
Exactly.
to create that habit of closing the loop every time takes away that extra time to clean. And sometimes we don't really want to be spending a lot of time cleaning,
Yeah.
putting things where they belong. We would like to spend time in dusting and mopping the floor, etc., so that it's extra clean instead of like because it's already been done. So we don't have to
Yeah.
create more time for that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
And yeah.
yeah. Go ahead. Go ahead. Keep going.
And how it relates to harmony at home. The mom wouldn't be so frustrated, you guys are not helping me out. So you can help out with closing the loop already. So we have this harmony at home.
Yeah.
So you can already take care of closing your own loops or creating whatever systems it may be. Because the idea is that we are working together that so that we are able to feel at peace and feel good at home despite our different schedules, despite our different needs, that we are able
Mm.
to be able to just become more solid together.
Mm. I love that. That's amazing. I mean, I think this also, one of the things that came into my mind was, I suppose, multitasking, right? So there's people who are able to multitask. Some people may not be able to multitask. But I suppose we can relate that to that closing of the loop, right?
Yeah,
Because
yes.
with the multitasking, if you're doing a lot and actually not closing closing the loop, then you're not, I suppose sometimes you might not be accomplishing what you're supposed to accomplish during that period,
Yeah.
right?
So
Because
at
you've
the end
just,
of the day, you will feel tired.
yeah, because everything's still open. And so
Mm-hmm.
that, and I suppose when, I guess we're not saying it's, I mean, I don't know what your views are. For me, it's like, I'm not saying that multitasking is bad, but I suppose don't multitask too many things. Multitask only what you can handle, what you can open at the same time, because you need to be able to close it. And yes, like what Elizabeth said, to prevent burnout.
Yes,
We
that's
need to
true.
make sure that we don't do all of these things to prevent burnout. And it just connected with, because a lot of people, we say we don't have time, or we don't have this, and we don't have that. But I think we focus on what we do have and make sure that we're working and using our time and our energy in the most efficient manner. And I love how you've really shown how to do that with regards to, I mean, I feel like it's only the tip of the iceberg. Like, it's literally like I know that there is a lot more involved. But it's about starting, right, Ali? Because I think
Yes.
a lot of us, we feel overwhelmed when we think about these things. So that's why some of us, we just put it aside and go, I'll worry about that later. So I think, what would be like, between like was they the three? Did you have any other tips that you'd like to share with either three?
Well, I
I
didn't
mean, I
list
know
down
there's
anything
many.
anymore because there's really so many things that
I
you
know.
can do.
I guess my question would be that for somebody who's completely new to this, like, what would be the first thing, like, out of the three things that you described? What do you think would be the easiest for somebody who's just starting in this journey of bringing harmony at home?
Well, looking at my list, some people are struggling to take care of themselves first. But for me,
Yeah.
that's the most important thing that you have to start with, because
Yeah.
you cannot if you're low on battery, how can you give somebody who's low on battery with what you do not
Mhm.
have, right? So that one is really important. But if it's easy for you, then I would suggest that you can start with that one. But if not, then I would suggest that you begin to declutter and see the results. Like, you just take one space at a time, one item at a time, then see the results, how it's helping you out. Perhaps it's not going to give you something big already, but being able to acknowledge that you were able to do one thing, let go of one thing, or be grateful of one thing at a time during your day, gives you a better self image, I guess, if I can call it self image. That, you know, being able to start with something is already a big thing. It's already success. So
Yeah,
yeah, that would
amazing.
be
Yeah.
the easiest.
No, I mean, and I think that's the whole point. We shouldn't overwhelm ourselves. And so, like, you know, as referred in the Atomic Habits, it's about those little things that when you add them all together, it makes, you know, that impact. And I
Yeah.
absolutely love that. And it's just, you know, we really shouldn't look at it in a way where this is too overwhelming. I think it's
Mm-hmm.
something that is going towards helping us. It's really going to help us bring harmony in our homes, within ourselves. Now, how does, so, you know, if you can tell us more about clean greeniest. I love that. I mean, sometimes I get tongue-tied saying greeniest. What is it that you do at Clean Green? Can you share with us what Clean Greeniest is about?
So I do mostly one-on-one coaching, like being able
Okay.
to look. I'm going to guide you to go through your spaces. What does your space tell you? What behaviors are these? Because it's difficult to do it ourselves, especially if we're having a hard time letting go. So what I do with the one-on-one coaching is guide you to get that awareness, to get that clarity, so that it's easier for you to make things happen in your space, in your life, and even in your business. So that's what I do with my with Clean Genius. And also I
Oh,
do mostly company speakership, public talks, etc. So yeah, so I've been scheduling my, well, focusing my efforts on these two things. I used to have a group coaching. We just ended a few months ago, but we're going to start a new in September. So just watch out for that.
oh, also, yeah, I was about to ask you, do you have any promotions or anything, you know, to share with our viewers? I know that you've got a group coaching that sometimes a lot of people like to be a part of. Are you able to just
Mhm.
give us like a little, you know, sneak peek of what that could be about, your group coaching?
So the group coaching runs for 8 weeks, and it's together with the group. But in every week, you're able to achieve that awareness. Like there are things I couldn't believe, because I'm also learning together with my students, or with together with the participants, that like in within a space, it's actually reflecting something in their own life. So if the clutter is always in that area of the house, you can probably guess that it's reflecting something in your own life. So that those are the things that we those are the things that are revealed during the coaching program. Although everything is also, of course, in shared in confidence, but
Yes.
it's easier to see other people also get that kind of eureka moment. Oh my gosh, I've never thought that I've been hoarding this particular item because it was something related to whatever. So those are the things that are opening up. So it's actually a little bit feng shui inspired. Well, it's really a feng shui
Ooh.
inspired.
Mhm.
And also, I also have a partner who will also be able to guide us when it comes to interior design. So it's really
Ooh.
it's a group coaching program that will tackle an area in your house. But if you're a fast mover, you can even within the 8 weeks, you might be able to tackle 2 rooms, 3 rooms, or even the whole house.
Wow. That's amazing. Well, everybody definitely look out for that, and, you know, watch out for that. Are you able to, you know, invite them to where they are able to find you?
Yeah, so I have a Facebook page. It's called Clean Genius. And I also have an
Mhm.
Instagram page. And my website is also cleangenius.com.
Awesome, awesome. Amazing. I mean, I think it's really important for us to be able to really have a look at these things. And it's really, how do we be our best self to be of service to others, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you nailed it in one. Really, we have to start within ourselves. And so
Yes.
it's about those little things that we can do to support our own selves before we can really be there for other people. And I think, like, I feel like you've given us so many little tidbits already, especially with kids, with relationships at home, and also being able to create a space to work. I can't believe how fast the time has gone. Like, I
Yeah.
just looked at the time. I was like, oh wow, it's already 41. Like, it's really flown so fast. And I really do appreciate your time with us today. And I know for sure that our viewers will be able to have learned a lot. And we'll share your details as well on our page so that people can reach out to you. But yeah, did you have any last words or anything like that before we let you go and enjoy your day?
Well, just start to look into what really makes you happy and take care of yourself, because you are also important. You are worthy that you are able to take care of yourself too.
Oh, I love that. Thank you so much,
Thank
Ali. Thank
you.
you. And
Thank
I
you,
hope
Yona.
you and your family have a wonderful day. And
You too.
I'm sure I will see you. I'll see you soon. Thank you,
Yes,
Ali.
yes. Thank you, Yona. Thank you. Bye, everyone.
Bye. Oh my goodness, that was amazing. Thank you, Ali, for really making the time. I really hope everybody was inspired to release, that vibrant energy that you have in your homes, and to really improve yourself in order to improve the personal space at home. And really, I love what she's given us ideas and inspiration and how we really can achieve like that healthy living space, like in mind, body, and spirit, and which will really improve the way we live and strengthen the like harmonious relationships with the people around us, particularly our partners as well as our children. And especially now, most of us, we have a comfortable and driven and focused space when working from home, and living at home as well. So thank you everybody for joining us today, and I really hope that you've enjoyed our Harmony at Home, and we hope that you'll join us again in the near future for all of our empowered episodes. Thank you everybody, and have a great day. And maraming salamat to everybody who's joined us also on Facebook and Kumu. Bye.